What's going on, everybody? Justin with AmericanMuscle.com here to talk about the RTR Tactical Performance Adjustable Shocks and Struts available for all 05 to 14 Mustangs. And who better to talk about these parts than Vaughn Gittin Jr. himself. Now, Vaughn, before we get into it, let's break down what the purpose of a damper is on a car.
Yeah, dampers essentially control the rate at which the springs compress and they rebound. And basically, with these being adjustable, you as a driver can set that up as you want, for whether you want a nice, comfortable, bouncy, floaty ride on the street, or you want to stiffen it up for a little more aggressive feel or that track fun. When your Mustang came out of the factory, they paired up your dampers with the springs that came on the car for the masses. And a lot of us want a little bit more than that, and now that's exactly what we've done here. We've given you guys, the customers and owners of Mustangs, the opportunity to dial your car in the way you want it to feel.
But on that same topic, why is it a good idea to pair like an aftermarket lowering spring like the RTR Tactical Performance lowering springs with an aftermarket damper such as these, as opposed to rocking your stock stuff?
Yeah, a lot of the springs out there, a lot of guys make lowering springs significantly stiffer. So when you have a stiffer spring and you have a damper that is not set up to absorb the forces of that spring, you get a really bouncy ride, a harsh ride, and a spring that's not very well controlled. Whereas if you go and put an adjustable damper on like we've developed, you can adjust it to where that spring is controlled just right. And a controlled spring is a better contact patch on the ground and a more confident, inspiring feel behind the wheel.
So for the adjustable aspect of these dampers, basically you got a drag guy at home that maybe wants to soften up the rear or something, get that weight transfer. You got a guy out there that really wants to carve up a road course, they can stiffen them up all around. These things really do cover pretty much the gauntlet or every aspect.
Exactly. These should be looked at as a fine-tuning tool to control the weight of the car. You're not going to be able to change the bounce significantly like, say, adjustable sway bars, but this is going to allow the rear to load up a lot quicker, allow the front to come up a little bit faster for the drag launches, or like you mentioned, stiffen it up and try to find that neutral balance or preferred balance for the track. And one thing that's very important, a lot of us drive our cars on the street more than we get to the track, unfortunately. You want to have a nice ride on the street. You want it to feel good, you want it to be controlled, you want to be able to carve some turns, but you also want to be able to take your better half for a ride and not be bouncing off the ceiling. So that's what we've done here, and we leave the adjustability up to you guys. Well,
speaking of the adjustability, one thing I really do like about these is that you include a tool, and basically you make it very easy and very consistent to adjust these in a uniform manner.
We wanted it to be easy, a easy way for you to tell where you are in the shock sweep and the adjustment sweep. We have basically that tool that you have that lines up with the dial that we've created that sits on top of the shocks. You can simply know exactly where you're at in the adjustment range. You'll get comfortable as you get to play, and it's very easy to just get back to where you were.
All right, Vaughn, so somebody just bought brand new RTR dampers. They have their brand new RTR lowering springs to go along with them, and they want to set them up right out of the box. Where do they start?
We always suggest for people to start in the middle. Get your shocks on, put them exactly in the middle, go drive it, see how it feels. From there, you can adjust. You have a little bit of understeer that you don't want. You might want to soften the front up a little bit to get a little more roll and a little more grip. If it's a little bit harsher, you might want to, too harsh, you want to, soften it up a bit. Or if you're looking for a little bit more feel, stiffen it up.
As for the install here, guys, well, again, nothing too crazy, but it will take you about a half a day in the garage to get this one knocked out. Since you do have to remove the springs to install the new dampers, it would be a great idea to install your brand new springs at the same time. Just remember to have your spring compressor on hand. As always, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to one of our Mustang experts anytime here at AmericanMuscle.com. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for the RTR Tactical Performance Adjustable Dampers, and you can pick up your set right here at AmericanMuscle.com.